This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Stick around to the end of this video for an offer from the sponsor of today's video, Sheath Underwear. My favorites. Wearing them right now. You'll just have to trust me. Stick around for that. Listen, I'm like anybody else. I'm a regular fella. I love to toot my own horn. I love to be right. And in this case, I was right about a claim that I made yesterday, about a prediction, I guess, that I made yesterday. But I would much rather have been wrong. I would much rather the things that I'm right about be of little consequence and not involve the assault of people on the street under the hands of vigilantes, the guardian angels in this case. Yesterday, I talked about a clip that was played, not a clip, it was broadcast live in the moment on Hannity's show, where Curtis Sliwa, the Guardian Angels founder, presided over, stood there while his thuggery goons attacked a man they claimed was a migrant. I'll just play not the Hannity clip, but a replay of the clip yesterday, where Dana Perino on the Straight News show, the Straight News program, this isn't one of their goofy infotainment shows. This is supposed to be hard news. She reports that the man that they're beating was a migrant and then says something about, oh, this is where you got to go to Hannity to get your news, to find out what's going on. And then they also show what took place, so you don't have to watch yesterday's video. Although I got a clip from that too. First, Dana Perino as a reminder of exactly what we're dealing with here.
Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa and his team of crime fighters doing just that last night during a live interview with Sean Hannity in Times Square. Check it out.
Our guys have just taken down one of the migrant guys right here on the corner, 42nd and 7th. While all this
Can you pan the camera?
They've taken over.
Sliwa was talking to Hannity about illegal immigrants and the crime crisis when his Guardian Angels tackled a migrant from Venezuela. They claim he was shoplifting. Others say the guy was trying to disrupt the interview. Police gave the man a summons for disorderly conduct, and an NYPD spokesperson made no mention of it to the New York Post if the man was a migrant or a shoplifter. So there's more times in Times Square. You got to watch Hannity to know what's going on.
That's, just so you know, that intersection is where those cops were beaten about a week ago. It's right on the southern end of Times Square, and there's a hotel right around the corner. A lot of those are housed, so that's where that is. What do you got? Before we go, we got a Hemmer celebrity
Before
news.
we go, it's like a combo. It's a mashup.
Combo. Here we go.
And of course, Bill Hemmer finishes it up with, this is exactly where beatings of police took place. It's Times Square, brother. All kinds of stuff happens in Times Square. It doesn't have anything to do with the man who they claimed to be a migrant, who they claimed was a shoplifter. This is what I said yesterday about this event that took place the night before. Again, in a manner to toot my own horn. How do they know that this is one of the migrants? And even if that person was a migrant and not a citizen who just happens to be brown, what did they do that justified bystanders, not duly authorized by the New York City Police Department, not trained in any way in conflict resolution or de-escalation tactics? None of that. These are just idiots who put on the mantle of power that they think they have and are now just assaulting random people on the street. Because let me tell you, if someone comes to me and prove you're a citizen, I would tell them to fuck straight off. I owe you nothing. If a cop came to me and said, prove you're a citizen, I would tell them to fuck straight off. I owe you nothing. So not only was I correct, I also stand by what I said. Here are the facts reported by the Associated Press. Here's the headline. On live TV, Guardian Angels rough up man in Times Square, then misidentify him as a migrant. Members of the Guardian Angels roughed up a man during a live interview on Fox News Tuesday night, then misidentified him as a migrant in a primetime segment meant to highlight disorder and crime caused by new arrivals to New York City. The bizarre altercation played out as Curtis Sliwa, founder of the Anti-Crime Patrol Group, was speaking to Sean Hannity from Times Square, flanked by volunteers in their signature red berets and bomber jackets. As some Guardian Angels began leaving Sliwa's side to attend an off-screen disturbance, the camera panned to show them confronting an unidentified man, pushing him to the sidewalk and placing him in a headlock. Quote, and then they quote what he said that you just heard, him saying that we've just taken down one of the migrants. The man is not a migrant, says the AP, but a New Yorker from the Bronx, police said Wednesday afternoon. Though Sliwa claimed the man had been caught shoplifting, police provided no evidence to support the allegation. And here is admittance of the things that I said, that, oh, it's a brown guy. Oh, he's speaking Spanish. We're just jumping to conclusions with information they don't have. This is from Sliwa. In an interview with the Associated Press, Sliwa said he had believed the man was a migrant because he was speaking Spanish. Apparently, in Sliwa's mind, if you are multilingual, you must be a migrant. Galaxy-brained idiocy, broadcast live on TV. He believed the man was a migrant because he was speaking Spanish and because other Guardian Angels had encountered him with other Spanish speakers on previous patrols. Quote, he was put down so he wouldn't hurt himself or anyone else, Sliwa said. It is not your prerogative to put anyone down, you vigilante jerk-off. The Guardian Angels have been a fixture in New York since 1979 when Sliwa founded them to patrol the streets and subways during the city's high crime days. They have drawn criticism in the past, including allegations of targeting people of color. No shocker there. Sliwa also admitted years ago that he had fabricated some of the group's early exploits for publicity. City Council member Eric Botcher, who represents the area around Times Square, said the group should not be detaining people without legal authority. Quote, vigilantism is not the answer, Botcher said. When civilians take justice into their own hands, it can escalate conflicts and lead to even more dangerous situations, putting everyone at risk. Exactly what I said yesterday. And what I claimed or predicted very well could be the case ended up being the case. You don't, look, the overarching theme here is the right knows what they're doing. Republicans know what they're doing. They are fomenting and agitating their already afraid and paranoid audience, an already agitated electorate that believes there's an invasion. And when you start using language like that, people will become afraid and do unhinged things. They will act in a manner that is not aligned with public safety and the betterment of all of us. And they don't care. They will endanger us all. They endangered a citizen. They act like being a citizen of the United States is so special, yet they don't mind harming those very citizens. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. Tired of this. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always daily at dollemore.com. I would absolutely love to have your opinion on this matter. Please consider supporting the work. You can become a channel member. You can click the join button there for $1.99 a month. You can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Follow me on the social medias. I'm everywhere. And if you are like many who wonder what kind of underwear I wear, stick around for a great offer from Sheath Underwear, a sponsor of a portion of today's video. We are once again faced with a pivotal year. And while we don't have control over everything, we as individuals can affect real change. Am I talking about voting? Sure, of course I am. But I'm also obviously talking about underwear. In a world so rich with options, why would we ever settle for second-rate skivvies? My 2024 pick for Department of the Interior is sheath underwear. Sheath is the only underwear with a dual pouch system scientifically designed to keep your president separated from his cabinet. If you catch my drift. Come on, man. Invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq, the idea from sheath arose from discomfort in harsh environments. As a former Marine stationed in that part of the world, I get the inspiration. I wear sheaths every day. They're the only boxers that can agreeably accommodate my tree trunk thighs while also keeping my jewels carefully compartmentalized. While I'm not the only person choosing them, sheath are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 five-star reviews. It's time to democratize your drawers. Head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore right now and score 20% off right away. I personally am an airflow mesh guy, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. And once you pick, Sheath will land them on your doorstep near instantly thanks to blindingly fast shipping and amazing customer service. Additionally, your purchase actually does affect positive change. Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders, so you're making positive choices for the world too. Upgrade your undergarments. Score 20% off right now when you head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore. Real change starts with you and your package.